Hey everyone, it's Jen. Today is August 22nd and I have about a 3-figure backlog, so I'm so sorry. I know it's been about a month since my last video. I've just been dealing with some things, exciting things, but nonetheless things. However, if any of you guys have Instagram, I highly recommend you follow me there. And this is not about me trying to get clout. I am seriously so much more active there. So if you're trying to see behind the scenes or even just checking out what I'm doing in between videos, please do follow. I talk so much there, you'll probably get tired of me DMing you, honestly. I respond to everybody, so check me out. Anywho, today we have something very exciting, like usual, but this time it's NSFW. So if you guys have any issues with nudity, breasts, butts, or voluptuous bodies, I recommend you pause the video now because we will definitely be seeing all of those today. My very generous and ever so supportive boyfriend decided to lend me one of his newest arrivals once again so that I could show them off to you guys. And she is quite the sight, if I do say so myself. We're talking about Misa. Now, Misa is a character from a very lewd anime called Setai Junpaku Maho Shoujo, and I know I just murdered that whole title. The reason I wanted to bring her on today is because not only is she obvious— Jesus, that is loud. Okay, that just scared the heckin' bejesus out of me. We got an Amber Alert out of nowhere. My God. Anyway, as I was trying to say, the reason I wanted to bring her on today is because she's actually from a very popular illustrator called Raita. And he is very popular because his characters are not only beautiful, but very exaggerated, as you can probably tell with her very teensy tiny waist and her very big bottom and big upper portion. This model in particular, it was actually an exclusive from this past WANFest that just occurred, WANFest Summer 2019. So this is not only very expensive, it's also very exclusive. Misa was actually made by the company called Quest Q. They make really good figures, but I think with Misa in particular, they did a very good job. First of all, I think her face is very true to her character. You'll notice that the illustration was really brought to life with this face sculpt. She kind of has like this shy, embarrassed look to her, and I think that's really her key point as a character. So great job from Quest Q on that aspect. My favorite part about this figure is the color scheme. I'm a total sucker for red and gold color schemes, and she's got it going on. We have a gold stool, and the cushion is this red that you would normally see maybe from like velvet. It's very reminiscent of a casino's kind of cushion, and it would make a lot of sense since she's serving a drink in a bunny suit. Kind of gives you that vibe that you're at a casino or at a place where gambling is happening. But it's not just the stool that's gold. We have gold in the stool, but we also have gold in this little clipboard that she's got on her side. And we have gold in her heart-shaped buttons right here where her hands are. And, which is really cool, we have maybe like a champagne or perhaps even a whiskey, although I doubt it's a whiskey because it's served in a cocktail cup. So I think Quest Q was very clever in how to have these little accessories all match up. And if you like these gold accents, then you're really gonna like the base. The base is so simple, yet so effective. You'll notice that the base is nothing but a black plastic and it's matte, which is lovely. And it has these golden stripes going along through them, but they're very thin and they kind of have these diamonds at their intersections. Very elegant. Moving on to her sculpt, I can tell you that it is excellent. I don't see any kind of issues with it. I don't see excess plastic. I don't see any strange shapes. In fact, her legs are slim and gorgeous. And her breasts look as voluptuous as the anime portrays them, as well as her illustrations. Now, what is very interesting about this figure is that the... Oh my God. As I was trying to say, what is interesting about this figure is that the cups to her bunny suit are actually removable. She's a cast-off figure, meaning that you can actually remove part of her outfit. And underneath these cups are obviously her breasts, but the actual figure box brings 4 other kinds of bra cups that you can swap with. So you can expose one breast and leave the other covered, or you can expose both, or you can take them off, or you can have one that is slightly bent. So it's very interesting how many customizable options they provided for just how to reveal the breasts. I mean, usually they'll just include maybe a different pair so that you can either have them covered or uncovered, but they were really playful with this figure in that aspect. This figure is also not very small on the details. There's a lot of things that can go unnoticed unless you really get in there. So first thing, we talked about the possible champagne / whiskey / alcohol drink. But what's cool about it, other than its color and how it matches the rest of her figure, is that if you look closely at it, you'll notice that it's not perfectly settled. It's actually shifted a little, as though someone were to have moved the liquid inside, which makes sense because a human being can't be perfectly still, so that's a really nice touch of realism there. You'll also notice something really cool is her little button down here underneath her breast. Very small, but you'll see the text is very neatly printed and it has a little ribbon and ruffles. It's just a very cute little detail. Something equally as interesting is that underneath her arm, she has this object, right? And at first, I wasn't really sure what I was looking at. In fact, I had to reference her box art to really know. And it turns out it's actually a pen. There's a little pen tucked into her cuff here on her left arm, and you know, that's just so cool. It's such a small accessory, but you wouldn't really notice it unless you were up in her face. She's truly a lovely addition to a collection. If you're into lewd figures or just her character or, you know, the series she comes from, I highly recommend her. I don't think this exclusive version is available anymore because it's, well, exclusive. The pre-orders are closed at this point. But if you can get her regular version, which is a purple suit, then I say go for it. As a 1/7, she certainly doesn't compare to her 1/4 figure, but it's still pretty decently sized. In fact, she's pretty tall. I think her actual character is tall herself, so a 1/7 translates into a tall figure. Between paint, sculpt, details, accessories, honestly, there's nothing about this figure I wouldn't recommend. I give this a 10 out of 10. Anywho guys, I hope you enjoyed this little review. I'm actually working on something a bit unusual, something I haven't done before, and it's an explainer video. So I hope you'll look forward to that. I wanted to release this first so that I had something to disrupt the eternal silence that I had going on in my channel. As always, I appreciate you. Thank you again for stopping by, and I'll see you on the next one.